Who is the 16th President of the United States? Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States, serving from 1861 to 1865. He is considered one of the greatest presidents in American history, as he led the country through the American Civil War, the nation's greatest moral, cultural, constitutional, and political crisis. Early life and education. Lincoln was born in Hodgenville, Kentucky, on February 12, 1809. His father, Thomas Lincoln, was a poor farmer, and his mother, Nancy Hanks Lincoln, died when he was just 2 years old. Lincoln was raised by his paternal grandmother, Nancy Hanks Johnston. Lincoln was educated at home and later attended a short time at a local school. He was an avid reader and self-educated himself in many subjects. Political career. Lincoln began his political career in 1834 when he was elected to the Illinois House of Representatives. He served in the House until 1847, when he was elected to the United States Senate. He served in the Senate until 1849. In 1858, Lincoln ran for United States Senator against Stephen Douglas. This election became famous for the Lincoln-Douglas debates, in which Lincoln developed his anti-slavery stance. In 1860, Lincoln was nominated as the Republican Party's presidential candidate. He defeated the Democratic Party's nominee, Stephen Douglas, in the presidential election. American Civil War. When Lincoln took office as president, the Southern states had seceded from the Union and formed the Confederate States of America. The American Civil War began on April 12, 1861, when Confederate forces attacked Fort Sumter, a Union fort in South Carolina. Lincoln led the Union in the Civil War. He launched a naval blockade of southern ports and called for volunteer troops from the northern states. In 1863, Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring all slaves in the Confederate States to be free. The Civil War ended on April 9, 1865, with the victory of the Union. Lincoln delivered a famous speech at Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, in which he praised the sacrifice of those who had died in the war and committed to building a nation for all people. Assassination. In 1865, Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, an actor and Confederate sympathizer. Booth shot Lincoln in the back of the head at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. on April 14, 1865. Lincoln died the next day. Legacy. Abraham Lincoln is remembered as one of the greatest presidents in American history. He is considered to be a great leader, an excellent orator, and a strong advocate for freedom and equality. Some of Abraham Lincoln's notable achievements: led the Union in the American Civil War and won. Signed the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring all slaves in the Confederate States to be free. Helped establish the foundation for a more unified and free nation. Lincoln is an important historical figure and an inspiration to many people around the world.